I'm gonna get back when I feel like, when I feel like, when I feel like, when I feel get back when I feel like.
So Mark, what were some of your first cricket memories?
Back home in Essex, London, my grandparents and my parents were quite involved with Chingford Cricket Club, which was pretty much a home for Essex cricket at the time. So Trevor Bailey, Doug Insole, Keith Fletcher, all those sort of names were around about that sort of, they used it as a second outground. So my granddad was secretary, my nan used to do the teas, and my parents, my mother and her sister used to do the scoring and all that sort of stuff. So when I was very young, I would be going up there to see some of the games, and then gradually got a little bit older and was around the outfield and bat and ball and watching the heroes play cricket. So that sort of started to come into the young Graham Gooch and people like that, which took us through to probably about 81 and the Botham Ashes, and that was then when everything sort of exploded more so. Although I probably played more football than cricket then, bizarrely.
Right, but so cricket was in the blood from the family, and
yeah.
But it was a pretty clear cricket in the summer, footy in the winter.
I probably exclusively was involved in football, playing school, captain in school, districts, Essex areas. Never to any great standard, but enough to keep on getting picked. It was probably when I went over to Guernsey when I was 18, where my auntie lived, that I started playing for worked at a bank. They had a side, which was the Griffins, which obviously became the Griffins that you know and love well here. So I was a Griffin in the old days when we were well behaved. And that was where I started really playing again, picked it up and got a bit of a bug for it, but predominantly only playing in the local leagues in Guernsey. And we didn't have options like this when I started playing. So it was, club cricket. I was decent, but no more than that, which is why I'm now an administrator.
And but you were more focused on a longer form of the game. So your club cricket team in England, were they playing 2-day cricket or?
50 over declaration stuff, points, which I've never still understand in cricket, and the way you win this many overs, give them 5 overs back, win it by 110 overs or something. But yeah, generally longer form. I mean, T20 wasn't really a thing. Conversely, when I got to Guernsey, T20 was pretty much it. We kind of claimed to have invented T20 because we've had the Evening League, the Roselle Shield, which the guys play for, which gets them into the ECL, which Griffins, Indies, etc. have won previously. That's been going for like 70 years. And effectively it's been played from 6 o'clock after work on a Monday to Friday. And initially the overs were decided by when it got dark and unsafe to carry on playing. So it could be anything from 14 to 28. And in the last few years, we've put it more regimented and had it specifically at T20 or reduced as you get into the shoulder months. But so, yeah, our really short form cricket really came in Guernsey, whereas in the UK it was a bit more traditional and it was whites, whereas we're pretty much now all coloured clothing, etc.
So you went to Guernsey after high school, did you?
Yeah. I left. I used to go across in the summer holidays, most of the holidays, where I lived in Essex compared to Guernsey. Guernsey was a much nicer place, and lived with my auntie. And one day I decided not to go home. And I remember my uncle saying, if your mum cries in the morning, you're getting back on the boat tomorrow. And she sent my clothes 2 days later, so that told the story.
Wow, incredible. So yeah, the culture around Guernsey cricket is right from juniors and through the school system as well?
Yeah, so we've had, if you go back, we were originally Channel Island Cricket Board. We were attached to ECB. So Jersey and Guernsey, despite all the rivalries, etc., came together and built cricket across the two islands. And that's sort of pretty much been through the 80s, 90s. And then into the early 2000s, we started looking at the ICC option. 2008 affiliate, 2009 associate status. And in the years just prior to that, the sort of Channel Island Cricket Board took a step back and the Guernsey and Jersey pretty much went their own ways, knowing that they would both be looking openly to get that status with the ICC, which both got Jersey just ahead of us. And obviously we've carried on then through that way and really detached from the UK generally. But yeah, programme is right across from under nines, our Future Stars programmes, right up to the Channel Island over 50s, which is the only team that sort of is a relic of the previous history.
Right, and cricket's been played in school in Guernsey as well?
Yeah, we've got officers who go into school, and the size we are, we can get across every single school and have a presence in there. So that's teaching the basics in secondary school, in primary school, which obviously is then looking to get those kids into our programs. And then in secondary schools, it's trying to unearth the next chap who can come out here and smoke sixes. Because, we have a population of 65,000, we've probably only got about 8,000 school kids, boys and girls, right across secondary and primary school. So on the plus side, we don't miss anybody. But on the minus side, we've only got 8,000 people.
Sure, yeah. And do you have indoor facilities to train all throughout the year?
Yeah, we had a really good state-of-the-art centre, but that's through economies, etc. It's now become a football stadium, indoor football centre. Predominantly, we use Elizabeth College, which is one of the private schools. So we have indoor facilities there. Another couple of schools, we use their halls. We've got a lot of outdoor net facilities. So we're fortunate weather-wise, although we're only just south of England. We tend to get a longer window, so as soon as we can get outside in late March, we'll get outside and use the facilities outside and take it right the way through till September.
Yeah, and you're playing on grass wickets predominantly for your league?
Yeah, so all the weekend cricket is grass. The evening league is a mixture of mat in the lower divisions, and then we have in the evening league one, the Roselle, we do have one round of the league on grass. Yeah. Really just because nowadays we're playing on mat or grass in ICC. So it's just basically giving us the prep on both sides.
Yeah, sure. And women's cricket in Guernsey?
Yeah,
how's that developing?
Come on really leaps and bounds. I mean, at the beginning we had the Sirens, which was basically playing against young boys' sides, the odd touring side. But in the last 3 or 4 years, it's really taken off. So when the T20I status was given to women's games, we played Jersey in the first one of those, which was before the men. And that's carried on through, and then we've just recently played a series in Austria and won that 4-1. And underneath that, that's now starting to see a lot more girls come through. So we've got an under-13 squad now. We've got a under-15-18 in the secondary schools, again, using that opportunity to get in there to drive it, and that's growing. There's a good hockey, netball, rugby background for girls' sport off the island as well, because people get bored playing each other, so they'll look to the UK and travel and play leagues. So we're giving them that option. Our USP is basically we're the only national sport in that. A lot of it's club stuff. So we look to try and attract girls in the summer to come and play nationally and get a chance to go to, like the girls did recently, Vienna. Yeah,
that's wonderful. And how often does your men's national team get the opportunity to train together?
We try and do, during the year, the main season, we'd be looking weekly around their playing commitments domestically, because it's pretty much a 7-day-a-week programme. And then obviously ahead of tournaments, then we would gear it up and increase that. But they would train right through the winter as well. So we try and open the squad up prior to winter just to see whether there's anybody out there we have missed, albeit, as I said, it's unlikely in the population size. The new person comes into the island through work who turns out to have played cricket at a high level, so we get them involved. But generally that squad will get together before Christmas and then come down to the playing squad after.
So where do you see the big strengths of cricket in Guernsey?
I think our size is twofold. I mean, on one side, we obviously have a numbers problem, but on the other hand, we can get together at a drop of a hat. So if you're in Germany or Italy and you want to get the squad together, that's flights and planes and people staying over weekends. So the immediacy is a benefit in many ways, in the sense that we can get together and train a lot. It's a great place to live. It's a great place to play. There's a very big sporting background. Individually, we've had world champions from a place that's 26.5 square miles. So we've always had a good pedigree, and we can back off that in terms of not only the players but also administrators and staff around the system, which ultimately, as you know, if you don't have those people behind you, then none of this, or even just a simple game on a Sunday, happens.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, the people that I've seen and met and become involved with and played against from Guernsey are just fantastic people. Very friendly, very nice, very welcoming people, and then got the chance to go to Guernsey and play as well. And the facilities there are just state of the art, phenomenal. And even my parents came to watch, and they absolutely loved their experience in Guernsey. It's a wonderful place. So you should be very proud of that culture that you've set up there.
Absolutely. I think Guernsey hospitality is something we always make a big thing of. And likewise, with the boys when they're playing and representing Guernsey, we like to play with a smile on our face, but play hard. And obviously, winning helps you smile. But it's not the be all and end all. It's the opportunity to play in some fantastic places and meet some really good people. And example of the few days we're here.
Yeah, no, that's great. And I think your midweek evening leagues, this is such a great asset to have, to bring the families and the community together.
Yeah, no, definitely. We try and make sure the games are played regularly at the top end at our primary ground at KG5. So yeah, you can create that environment of atmosphere. People know Tuesday night is Evening League One cricket, and they can go down and watch it. We don't have like the UK where each team has its own club, so you have that individual club alliance and structure behind it. So we use the venues that we have access to through the summer to try and build that same environment.
Yeah, no, that club community, you could really sense it while I was there. It was, yeah, it's a fantastic place. And the way that the Guernsey boys have improved, whether it was in the ECL or now in the ECC, you know, the intent to score fast and score big is you can see it developing so fast.
Yeah, no, we've got a really good group of guys here at the moment. I think, you know, results don't lie, but I think, you know, they're a better cricketing side than sometimes the results. And I think the environment we've put ourselves in, especially with what is a very good Jersey side at the moment, and it's very easy to benchmark ourselves against Jersey because they're just across the water, can be a bit lazy. They're a very good side, but we come up against them a hell of a lot. But we don't back down, we keep on having a go. But yeah, I think we've got some good skills, we've got some really good players, and there's still a lot to come from this group.
Yeah, and talking to a few of the boys this morning, they enjoy their golf as well?
They do. A lot of them are multi-sported. Adam Martel, spinner, he's just won the Guernsey Championship, Club Championship. So that proves his skills. And then we've got a couple of two lads there who play for Guernsey at hockey as well, Matt and Zach. So yeah, there's multi-skilled guys there.
Yeah, no, it's wonderful. Mark, thanks again for being at the ECC. Thanks for being a great person in the European cricket community. We love having seeing and playing with and the experience of Guernsey cricket, you know, is only a positive one. And very, very good people involved. So thanks again for being here and thanks for your time.
Thank you.